This is a introduction or a revealing or whatever you want to call it for the game, The Encounter. It says here on the box that this is The Encounter. It says the estate that should not have been named but was. The fourth game in the first chronicle of Halleck's Rigidus saga. What's inside the game isn't much. You've got a thing to record your score and to show how many times you've been bitten. The board is a simple card like this. You have the estate side, and then you have the grounds side. And you have the rule book. Right here's the rule book. Kind of a play-by-play what you do, and looks like it's pretty simple. A few pictures depicting what's going on. And then inside this little baggie, we've got your little playing tokens here. We have the zombie, which goes in the zombie space. You have 3 dice, and you have your little guys that start in space 1, which is right here in the attic. This is where all your guys would start. This is a 1 to 6 player game. Let's see, does it have the ages on there somewhere? Oh, here we go. Players 1 to 6, time to play 15 to 30 minutes. Ages 12 to 91.2. You'll have to figure out what the .2 means. On this game, we'll just do a quick explanation. You get one of these and a pen, and you record your score. The first thing you do, I believe, is you roll for a base score, and that would be a terrible base score at 9 points. So I'd put 9 right there. And everybody else would roll and put a base score in there. And then, according to the description in the rules, you're trapped in this one room and you got to get to this room. Zombies in this room with you, but back in the corner somewhere. And so you have to get into here, and you need to roll an 18 exactly to get in here. But you could roll these and add and subtract these from each other, which then is added to your base score to make an 18. You could never go above an 18, which means if you roll, you can't go to 20 and then subtract 2 back down to 18. All your numbers have to be calculated below the 18. You can never calculate above and then subtract. So whatever this is and that, and if you get an 18, then everybody in the room with you would go forward 1 space. Anytime a 1 is rolled, the zombie moves forward a space. If a 1's rolled twice, he moves forward 2 spaces and goes into the same room where all the players are at. You might not always be together. If somebody rolls, I believe, an 18, how does it go? I think if you roll triples, then you get to move forward alone. And then if you get an 18 in that, then everybody else could move forward too, but then you'd also move forward, so you'd move forward twice, and they'd move forward 1, and they'd be safe from the zombie. If you're all in the same room as the zombie never attacks at the round he comes into the room. So if he's there and somebody does happen to roll 2 1s, he comes into the room, but he doesn't bite anybody, even though he's got an additional 1, because he can't bite the same round he comes into the room. So right now he's in there with you, and then you try to get an 18. If you can't get an 18 and somebody rolls a 1, then he bites the player with the lowest score here, which is why this score is important. When you re-roll for a base score, a higher base score is better. Otherwise, you're going to be in real trouble when the zombie catches up with you. And that's it, as far as I can tell. Is there anything else I should mention? I believe if you roll a straight, like a 4, 5, and 6, there's an optional rule that you can move somebody else forward. You could be chivalrous and move somebody else forward instead of yourself, unless you're the only one in the room. But then you don't get to do anything. You just stay there. There's nobody to help, so there's nobody to question what's going on or whatever. This is just a test of the American broadcasting system, and I'm not doing very well at it, but we're going to keep trying.